I always believed I was blessed, enjoying the warmth of a caring husband and understanding in-laws who embraced me as their own. The anticipation of our cherished child's arrival filled me with certainty that love would envelop us all. But then everything changed. A storm brewed within my life, shattering my world. My name is Amelia, a 32-year-old office worker in Miami. The tale of my life took an unforeseen twist. I met my husband Luke through a mutual friend, and our 2 years of marriage had been a sanctuary of safety and tranquility. Luke was not only gentle but fiercely devoted to his parents. Our visits to them were moments of shared joy, illustrating our contentment. Luke's parents extended their affection to me, embracing me as their own kin. The bond felt unbreakable until my pregnancy unveiled a shocking reality. Upon revealing the news to my mother-in-law, Mary, an eerie transformation engulfed her countenance. I was exiled to a doghouse in the yard where confusion and disbelief set in. Stricken by disbelief, I unraveled the truth behind this cold act, causing tremors of shock to ripple through me. As I sat confined in the doghouse, a chill of realization swept over me. How could something so beautiful and natural lead to this? This heart-wrenching saga began after Luke and I visited his parents, revealing my pregnancy over dinner. Their initial congratulatory facade quickly soured, leaving me in bewildered agony. Mary's once kind eyes twisted into a visage of malevolence as she accused me of a grievous misdeed. The abrupt shift in her demeanor felt surreal, as she led me, barefoot and disoriented, to the grim solitude of the doghouse. Confined within those walls, I felt the sting of gravel against my feet, a physical manifestation of the emotional pain I endured. Mary's vitriolic accusations resonated, and I pleaded for reason, my cries echoing in the night air. This darkened enclosure, once the sanctuary of a beloved pet, now held me captive. As I cried out for help, my pleas reached Luke, who, shockingly, chose to abandon me in this desperate hour. The emotional turmoil I experienced was unfathomable. In mere moments, the harmony that had enveloped us shattered, and I found myself abandoned and forsaken. As I sat there, the cacophony of voices from the house further bewildered me. Mary's tirades and Kevin's futile attempts to pacify her further compounded my distress. The world I once knew had crumbled, leaving me isolated and shattered in the depths of that doghouse. In this narrative, the idyllic tale of familial love and support transforms into a nightmarish ordeal of isolation and betrayal. The echoes of my pleas reverberate in the quiet night, a haunting reminder of the fractures that tore through my world. Sleep eluded me that day, and the night stretched on as tears streamed from my eyes within the confines of the doghouse. As morning dawned, a fog of exhaustion clouded my senses. The door creaked open, revealing Mary's unyielding gaze, mirroring the day before. In my plea for understanding, she inquired about my need for the bathroom, a fragment of normalcy in this bewildering ordeal. "Mary, please," I implored, desperate for a conversation to unravel the turmoil. Yet she remained silent, placing a plate on the floor before departing, leaving the weight of silence to engulf me once more. On the plate, a lone piece of bread rested, once used by Simba, the departed golden retriever. The residue of his presence lingered, a reminder of the past. My appetite waned, a struggle to eat, amidst such an environment. Intermittently, Mary's presence would return, a distant voice inquiring about my needs, evading conversation. Lunch and dinner arrived on the same plate, evoking a mix of emotions as I attempted to nourish my unborn child, contending with a heart heavy with sadness. An opportunity arose for respite as night fell, prompting my venture outside for relief. The car's presence hinted at Luke's arrival, offering a glimmer of hope, yet his silence left my pleas unanswered. Inside, I encountered Luke and Kevin, seeking refuge from the storm brewing within. My appeal for release remained unanswered, met with silence from Luke. Kevin, however, mustered an apology, his own helplessness evident in the face of Mary's actions. Luke's outburst pierced the air, forcing me back into the shed, an environment marked by indignation and confinement. A phone call to my workplace was made, and though inconsequential in the moment, it marked an attempt to sever me from the world beyond. The narrative spiraled further into surrealism, Mary's accusations, and Luke's rebuke colliding with my confusion. Morning arrived, marked by Mary's unwavering hostility, mirrored by the clatter of the plate's arrival. Hiding my hunger beneath the pretense of sustenance, I pondered my circumstances. A discovery beneath the bread's surface unveiled a credit card, Kevin's makeshift lifeline, and a glimmer of hope. With a note's instruction, a strategy took shape. Use the card to secure my escape. Yet obstacles loomed, a car absent and the use of a card in Kevin's name impossible. As the sun reached its zenith, an unexpected visitor emerged, igniting an altercation with Mary and introducing an unexpected turn in this surreal ordeal. The tale of captivity and confusion continues to unfold, a paradox of emotions and actions intertwining in a tapestry of disbelief. The fragments of normalcy clash with the absurdity of the situation as a resolution teases from the shadows, elusive yet tantalizing. In the midst of my ordeal, a stranger's voice pierced through, prompting a swift response from me. I pleaded for help, and as the door swung open, an unfamiliar face greeted me. The man from across the street. Confronting Mary and Kevin, he questioned their actions with an indignant glare. The yard's echoes of strife had reached his ears, leading him to intervene. Guided to his house, his compassionate wife offered solace, apologizing for the torment I endured. Tearfully, I confessed to feeling unworthy due to my soiled state. Strangely, Mary and Kevin did not pursue me, allowing me a moment to borrow a phone and summon my mother. My father had passed away in a tragic accident during my early years. Sharing my ordeal with my mother, her anger ignited, yet to prevent further conflict, we chose a swift departure. Seeking legal recourse, I confronted the police, but proof remained elusive. The neighbor couple vowed to testify, yet uncertainty clouded their potential impact. The lawyer's counsel emerged as the next step. The pursuit of divorce was my resolute intention. Astonishingly, I was accused of infidelity, denied alimony, and confronted with manipulated evidence. The lawyer relayed claims that my actions triggered this ordeal, a false narrative that shook me. Facing them once more, Mary, Luke, and Kevin, their gaze held a mixture of scrutiny and emotion. Mary's accusation left me stunned. The claim of an affair with Kevin, Luke exploited images and fabricated audio clips, attempting to back their accusations. My lawyer exposed their ruse, challenging the authenticity of the evidence. The question of composite photos and manipulated audio resided within the confines of a lab's analysis. While Mary and Luke's confidence wavered, their attention shifted to Kevin, the true architect of the deception. Doubt crept in as I questioned their motives. Their elaborate ploy unraveled, exposing Kevin's role. He confessed to crafting the deceptive images and audio. An audacious tale unfolded. After my bathroom break, Kevin seized the opportunity to weave a story of love between us, misleading Luke and Mary. In the shadows of my confinement, Kevin and Mary's discussions circled around their own impending divorce. Their unraveling marriage provided me with a faint glimmer of hope. Ultimately, Kevin desired separation from Mary, yearning to be with me. In the midst of their marital turmoil, my liberation echoed as their union crumbled. As revelations emerged, it became clear that Kevin's deception aimed to drive a wedge between Mary and me. His manipulation and cunning had shattered our lives. The ironic twist painted him as the orchestrator of this entire charade, while I remained a victim. In this convoluted tale of betrayal and deceit, the boundaries between truth and fabrication blurred, unveiling the extent to which people can twist reality for their own gains. Amid the chaos, newfound clarity emerged, allowing for a glimpse of justice and a chance at a fresh beginning. Facing an unsettling proposition, I averted my gaze, feeling uneasy. My mom, seated beside me, didn't mince words as she lashed out against the unsettling presence. Her words, blunt yet fierce, called out the absurdity of their claims, exposing their warped perception. Painted by their awkward attempt to unite us, my mother's passionate retort resonated. The trio's manipulative facade crumbled under her scrutiny. Their unexpected proposal to reset the past held no weight, met with justified skepticism. With my mother's support, I found my voice, steadfast in my conviction. Mary and Luke's desperate attempts at reconciliation only deepened my resolve. Amid their chaotic pleas, the truth emerged. Kevin's orchestrated deception had been the catalyst for this chaos. My mother's fierce retort left them stammering, their excuses evaporating into thin air. The facade crumbled as Mary coerced Kevin into an apology, her actions dripping with insincerity. Disgust swelled within me as their sinister ploy became clear. Overwhelmed by the nauseating display, I fled to the bathroom, battling morning sickness. My mother's advice echoed in my mind, urging me to avoid a future with such a twisted family. Facing myself, I declared my intent to divorce, liberating myself from their toxic grip. The room trembled with tension as I asserted my determination. Kevin's disappointment loomed, my resolution unyielding. As the pieces fell into place, I confronted Luke, questioning his suitability as a father. My thoughts centered on my child's future, their well-being taking precedence. Mary's callousness fueled my resolve, reinforcing my decision to escape their clutches. My heart ached for my unborn child, their innocence deserving better than this fractured family. Amid the turmoil, a sense of clarity arose. I moved back to my parents' home, resolute in my decision to protect my child. The legal battle commenced, revealing the true nature of my ex-family-in-law. Kevin's confession shattered the web of deceit, vindicating me. Their twisted intentions were laid bare as the police intervened and justice was sought. Through my hardships, the sight of my daughter in my arms brought a profound sense of joy. The path forward, though challenging, was illuminated by her presence. I navigated the legal system, ensuring my daughter's rights and safety. Through time, the clouds lifted, and my daughter and I shared a surname, symbolizing our strength. Despite my ex-husband's release from prison, he faded into obscurity, failing to fulfill his obligations as a father. In the end, his absence brought relief. I embraced single motherhood, determined to provide a stable and loving environment for my daughter. Guided by my mother's unwavering support, I looked ahead with hope, grateful for the opportunity to raise my child in peace.